Ukrainian forces destroy Russian convoy with cluster munitions. Ukrainian artillery struck a convoy of Russian equipment and infantry with cluster munitions. A drone from the Aerial Reconnaissance Unit detected the drone and then adjusted the artillery fire onto the enemy vehicles and personnel. After the initial strikes, a significant number of Russian soldiers started to scatter chaotically in search of cover. Hiding in the nearest forest belt, they became a new target. The cluster munition strike was precisely adjusted to this location, resulting in the enemy losing over a dozen fighters. As a post author noted, the enemy convoy was virtually wiped out under a barrage of shells of various calibers used in the strike. Militarny previously reported that the Ukrainian Defense Forces artillery destroyed a Russian 240mm 2S4 tile-pan self-propelled mortar near Lysychansk. A drone from the TIVAZ Division captured the strike. The enemy artillery system was completely destroyed near Lysychansk in the Luhansk region. The impact caused the ammunition of the Russian 240mm mortar to ignite and explode, resulting in the total destruction of the 2S4 tile pan. Meanwhile, Ukraine struck a command post of the 8th Combined Arms Army of the Russian Armed Forces in the Russian-occupied part of Donetsk Oblast. Ukraine's General Staff reported on July 1st, a day after the attack. On the evening of June 30th, explosions were heard in the Russian-occupied Donetsk. The Russian Telegram channel Shot reported. According to residents, several fires were spotted in different parts of the city. The attack has significantly hampered Russia's ability to plan and conduct operations in the Pokrovsk and Turets areas of the front line. Ukraine's military regularly strikes military targets in Russian-occupied territories and deep within Russia in an attempt to diminish Moscow's fighting power as it continues its war against Ukraine. Russia has for months focused on offensive efforts on the embattled town of Pokrovsk in Donetsk Oblast and has recently been escalating attempts to break through to neighboring Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, a region that has not yet seen combat. Recently, Russia has amassed 110,000 troops in the vicinity of Pokrovsk as part of its efforts to take over the strategic eastern Ukrainian city. The Ukrainian military chief said on Friday, Oleksandr Syrsky said on Friday, that the area around Pokrovsk was the hottest spot along the 1,200-kilometer or 745 miles front line which runs across the east. Russian forces have been trying to capture Pokrovsk for almost a year, staging one grinding offensive after another. But despite having a clear advantage in terms of the number of troops and weapons available, Moscow has failed to take over the city. Pokrovsk is a strategic target for Moscow. Russian President Vladimir Putin has made it clear that his goal is to seize all of the eastern Ukrainian regions of Donetsk and Luhansk his forces partially occupy. Although not a major city, Pokrovsk sits on a key supply road and railroad that connected with other military hubs in the area. Together with Kostanivka, Kramatorsk, and Slovyansk, it forms the backbone of Ukrainian defenses in the part of Donetsk region that is still under Kiev's control. Some 60,000 lived in Pokrovsk before the war, but the majority have left in 3 years since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022. Ukraine's last operating coking coal mine was in Pokrovsk, and many of its employees were staying in the area to keep it going. Once it was forced to shut down earlier this year, they too began to leave. The Institute for the Study of War ISW, a US-based conflict monitor, said late last year that Ukrainian defensive operations in Pokrovsk have forced Russia to abandon its original plan to take over Pokrovsk in a frontal assault. The ISW said this was because Ukrainian troops began using drones as an integral part of their defensive strategy, successfully integrating drone operators with their ground forces. At the same time, Russia was unable to increase the number of troops in the area by much because it was trying to contain the surprise insertion of Ukrainian troops into its own territory in the southern Kursk region. Syrskyi told reporters last week that at one point, the Kursk operation pulled back nearly 63,000 Russian troops and some 7,000 North Korean troops. This allowed us to weaken the enemy's pressure on the main fronts and regroup our troops. And the enemy's capture of Pokrovsk, announced back in September 2024, has not yet taken place, thanks in part to our Kursk operation. Instead of continuing to attack the city directly, Russian troops then began encircling the city from south and northeast. The ISW said in its most recent assessment on Friday that Russian forces were continuing assaults with small fire teams of 1 to 2 soldiers, sometimes on motorcycles, in all-terrain vehicles and buggies.